everyone, Stephanie here. Today I would like to show you a replay of a really interesting ranked match I played a couple days ago. I was messing around with this green-purple deck that I watched Tempest play on stream. We can just look at it real quick. And my opponent was playing Ejecti's Ice Wall deck, which is pretty well known by now. But I'll leave a link to the deck in the description as well. So just looking at Tempest's deck here, the basic idea is you have a ton of recursion. You have Wake the Bones, one copy of this. You have one Hopeless Necro, Shroud of the Pit, which is a 4 mana artifact. At the start of each turn, it charges up energy. And you start with 4 energy, and then every turn you can spend 1 mana to bring back a minion with the mana cost less than or equal to the amount of energy. And we have Short Stack to bring minions back. And I actually also thought about including 5 Spirit Gate, but then my experience with this is that the amount of recursion is already pretty strong. And then we have the combat tricks from purple. Specifically, we have tons of buffs from Steam Bun and Sword Saint. We have Impel, which is our power. We can move our minion. And we can also use Hotel Barkeep to further move our minions, so we basically have very flexible board control. And we combine this with Pentacle of Flavors, which is give a minion the smaller stats, and a more important stat is Blast 5. So it does 5 non-combat damage to adjacent enemy minions after striking. Rogue Eidolon also has Blast. It has Blast 3. And yeah. It's a really fun deck. let me look at my stats. Yeah, I'm 39 and 14 right now, ranked versus humans, and I'm on a 10-game winning streak with this deck. I'm gonna show you this one game I played against Ice Wall where I actually could have won, but I made some small misplays that added up, so it's really interesting to look at it. Alright, here we go. So this was against Exaggerator, also known as Dazed. I actually think he's pretty good. He's been struggling quite a bit with climbing this season for some reason. Like every time he gets to M7 or 8, he drops down a couple ranks. But he's pretty good. I think he should keep trying. So I didn't have a turn 1 play. Basically burned some purple gems, played a Sword Saint. The volume's a little bit high. Hold on. So he starts by playing Norn Data Core, which gains energy whenever a minion dies, and then he gets the Forgeling off of the Fires of Creation path. So I trade in my 2-1, then I play my Born Again. The Born Again keeps coming back from the Boneyard. Really good blocker against aggressive decks. Okay, so he plays Dragon's Teeth, which is each player draws an extra card, and then the next turn he's gonna play Stretcher. So I developed my Rogue Eidolon, which will allow me to blast away any blockers. Alright, so there's the Stretcher, and then he gets a 1 mana minion. 2 mana minion, sorry. Off of the... and he used the Data Core to ramp out that minion. So we're on 5 mana now, and I play my Tarragon. Alright, so he plays Valkyrie Enforcer, returns my Tarragon to my hand, and my hand is getting really clogged with the Dragon's Teeth. At this point, I decide to pillage to steal the Stretcher. My 3-drop. So I stole the Stretcher really just to buy myself a little bit of time because I'm not having much success sticking bodies to put the Biting Blade on at this point. Okay, so here I double impel my Rogue Eidolon over to get rid of the 4-1. And then I played a Terragon buff on my Hotel Barkeep and the Biting Blade. And then I only need 2 more damage to get rid of the Stretcher, so that's what I do. So I've successfully removed his Stretcher, and he plays another artifact, Drop Near a Band, which allows him to gain life whenever I summon anything. Okay, so here's where you can see that my Rogue Eidolon is actually within range to blast this for 3. So instead of missing out on the overrun damage, I should have just attacked diagonally right here. Then I would have had more damage from the overrun hitting face. So here I have a massive board lead, but he also has an answer, which is Magnus, so he gets rid of my smaller minions. And then he plays Barb Bolts, which allows him to chip at the stats of my minions. So at this point I play Iku Terso to prevent the 4-4 from attacking, and then I move my Rogue Eidolon within range to blast Magnus, but then he has the perfect answer, which is Magmatober. And my board is in winter, so he manages to remove my giant minions. And the Dashing Ringmaster gives everything rush, so then gives the 4 attack minions rush. So I had to remove the Ringmaster, and I didn't have lethal yet because of the Drop Near Band being active. But yeah, so I bring back the Racer with my short stag and remove the 4-1. And then he brings out his Frecky Sidecar, which gives adjacent minions with 5 mana cost rush, and he actually made a slight misplay here as well. So he forgot that the short stag can only take 3 damage in combat, and I think his plan was to have the 4-1 and 4-4 just kill this, but then he miscalculated, so yeah. So here I impel my short stag over to get rid of the 1-2 and also get in some face damage. And I played Pentacle of Flavors to give it focus and blast 5, so killing the 4-3. And then I stun the 4-4 with my Bella. So here he balances my giant threat and then removes my Bella. And he burns Allfather's Horn, which is a really threatening late game card. Okay, so here, let's pause. I'm very close to lethal here, do you see? So I have a Racer in a Boneyard, and I have a Racer in hand. I have a Squire Pike, and I also have a Steam Bun. So if I do 1 mana, buff this, that's 3 damage for 2 mana. If I short stag to bring back the other Racer and play that, that's 8 mana. If I burn something, I get 10 mana. So then I basically have 5 damage out of hand. And if I didn't misplay earlier with the not taking advantage of the blast damage, then I would have had lethal this turn, but I didn't because I misplayed. So here, we don't have lethal. The other 2 possibilities are to play Perfect Grade, get rid of these 2, and place down a giant minion in the center. And then there's also other possibilities, which is to try to draw into lethal with Steam Bun, sacrifice this and draw, and raid the tombs. Now I chose the safer play with the Perfect Grade, and you'll see what happens next. How many Racers do I have left in the deck? Just 1. But if I draw into another Steam Bun, it would have been lethal. Anyway, So here, because he was saving mana in the data core, he summoned all of this and then used the bonus mana to give all of his 3/1s a standard action, and then the Allfather's Horn also refreshes mana and gems. So he played double Thunderstorm and was able to combo me down. Really spectacular finish actually. But yeah, this game stuck out in my mind just because of how close it was. Congratulations to Daze for winning this match, and I really hope he continues on his climb to champion. He's really so close. And I guess also thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video inspires you to look at your own replays. Identify these tiny mistakes that you make because they really add up.